regimen.
Seriously.
Well, you go from that to this. Laura Prepon is in studio, and her book's called The Stash Plan.
Ooh.
Yes.
Your
the
21-day
Stash
guide
Plan.
to shed weight, feel great, and take charge of your health.
And I will say, a lot of my guy friends, a lot of them, the crux of this is meal prepping. A lot of them meal prep, honestly, and they love this, and they love the recipes and everything. So it's not just a girl thing, it's a lot of guys do it too.
I can't cook. I want to learn how to cook, but I
No, but that's why we're going to
anything.
teach you how to cook, because it's all about, like, the main thing in the book is there's a whole underbelly of Chinese meridian theory and stuff that is a whole separate conversation, but essentially it's meal prepping at home. You know, everyone is getting very hep to what genetically modified foods do to you now, and truly what goes on in the body. So we just educate people on the body and nutrition and what happens when you actually eat this stuff.
So you're actually you're legitimately healthy when you eat.
Yeah, I mean, usually I do like 80-20 because that's what our program is. And like I said, I love going to
What's
my
80-20 mean for the people that don't know?
80's like 80% of the time, eat healthy, do the stash plan, cook your food at home, bring it to work with you. 20% of the time, you know, I love going to a dive bar, watching a fight, and you know,
Having a burger.
Yeah, and like eating a burger and fries and drinking a cider and just like having fun. And that's part. And you should be able to live your life like. We just won the SAG Award for Best Ensemble for my show.
Hey.
Yeah, it was cool. And we were drinking champagne and eating chocolate and all sorts of stuff. But the next day, I'm back on my
You're
bike.
back on.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, and this is just something I've done my whole life because I work such long hours.
And the key is to find stuff that is healthy that you like. I try to
Totally.
tell people that all the time. Because if you're
Right.
just sitting around eating a dry salad day after day, you're not going to stick with eating well.
No, not
just
at all.
not.
And like I said earlier, you know, my father was a surgeon, and, you know, my mother was a chef, so I grew up always being really had it on the body and the kinesthetic pattern. And I love talking to how people eat, especially dudes. Like I love talking about how like guys eat and what they do to work out and all these things. And Kenny Florian actually gave me a really awesome quote for the book too. And did a bunch of the stretching, and I was making him broth and stuff.
Yeah.
Because for fighters, it's awesome because we talk about bone broth in the book, and it has a lot of collagen and cartilage and things like that, and it's great for joints and everything. So athletes love it.
You stay away from sugar, don't you?
I try to, yeah, but also like
pretty evil.
in my coffee, there's nothing wrong with having some organic like sugar. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like to me, that's better than stevia. Because, you know, stevia, it's not what you think it is. It's not like, oh, it's straight from a plant. They mess with the actual, like, molecular structure of it. So when you eat stevia, your body's like, whoa, 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 what is this? I don't know what this is. Whereas if you have, like, organic cane sugar, your body's like, I know what to do with this.
Yeah.
And it's like, use common sense. Don't go there and, you know, don't eat, like, a whole, you know, pound of sugar. Eat,
Right.
like, put, like, a sugar in your coffee. Like, no big deal.
Yeah.
You're roasting bones? You're actually roasting bones to make bone broth?
Absolutely. Totally. You get...
Why
you
is that
get
funny,
a-
Meg?
No,
I
dude.
just like to picture her in her house,
Oh,
around the kitchen just roasting bones.
Hell yeah.
And that means something totally different than
Whenever, yeah, exactly. You know what's so funny is the book. You just remind me of a funny story. The book. But yes, to answer your question, yes, you do cook bones for like 16 hours, and you extract all the nutrients and everything out of them. But the book used to be called, because we teach people about the organs, which most people are scared about the organs, let alone they don't know what they do, let alone where they are in your body. So we try to like educate people in a fun way, like you're hanging out with us and we're teaching you about the stuff. The book used to be called Eat for Your Organs.
Ah.
And our book agent was like, okay, what is this, like Hannibal Lecter's book? Like, this is weird.
Right.
And I have a friend named Danny Wallace who's he's a comic, and he's from the UK. So I was visiting him, and he's like, so what's going on with the book? I'm like, it's great. And he's like, what's it called? I'm like, it's called Eat for Your Organs. He went on like a 20-minute long stand-up routine because in the UK, organ is slang for male genitalia. So he goes on a 20-minute rant about eating for your organ, and I literally was dying, laughing, crying. It was so funny. Needless to say, it's now called the Stash Plan.
You had to
Translated
Not
to
called
England.
Eat for Your Organ, although guys
should've
might
kept
have,
it- you should've
guys
kept
might
it.
have bought it if it was called Eat for Your
Oh,
Organ.
Peter Frampton would have.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause they all want to
Peter
know
needs all the help
about
he could get, we learned today.
Which is
I
so
have a
funny.
book called The Gash Plan.
Yeah.
It's not selling.
It's so funny.
The stash plan it's a better name for a
Yeah,
book.
good call there.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you at with carbs and all that?
Honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with carbs. Again, if you are eating like really good grains and really good things like that, I personally love carbs and I think they're great. I don't subscribe to the no carb thing, and I never really have.
Okay.
But I also know that, like, again, like, use common sense. If you're gonna eat like an entire pizza, you're gonna like
Sure.
take a nap about 5 minutes later.
Right.
In
I try to-
moderation,
I try-
right?
Moderation.
I always try to eat healthy. Sometimes I'll be eating. Someone will say that looks good, and I'll say good and good for you, and they're
Right,
always happy
exactly.
to hear that.
But the thing for me is like, look, when I'm shooting like a 17-hour day and like there's, you know, craft service, this and that, whatever, for years I've always just brought my food to work with me. I just always have, and it's part of the way that I eat and how I maintain, you know, what I can. So it's really important.
What, on page 103, you got Flint, Michigan's water picture.
Exactly. That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
Why you got a picture of their water? Uncomfortable. What is
Broth
that?
is the
That's-
broth.
Oh, that's broth. Oh, okay.
That's broth. I was trying to find you a picture of the bones, but I.
16 hours in the oven. You turn on your
No,
oven
you
for
put them
16
in you throw them in a crock pot.
Oh, okay.
So a
love
broth
crock
juice,
pot.
that's gotta be.
That sounds great.
Yeah, man, it's literally.
What does it do for? I've never
and then
heard
you
of broth
strain all the
juice.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. I just
Dude,
the 16-hour thing is that's
yeah,
a
like-
lot of commitment.
But you throw it in a crock pot and you forget about it.
I know.
And then what's funny is everyone started hearing about it because Kobe Bryant hurt himself. He tore like his meniscus or something. He did something weird to his knee. And his nutritionist, there was a whole article written about it, called the hotel and was like, you have to make him bone broth because, like I said, all these athletes are now like, oh, Kobe's drinking it. We're going to start drinking
Sure.
it. And, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow and Selma Hayek do it for, like, you know, beauty collagen or whatever. It's amazing for every part of your body, men, women. It's like the best.
Isn't it
It's
full of
so
sodium? A lot of
good for
sodium,
you.
though?
No, not at all.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like, you know, when you eat like really good soup that's like broth used to be the original fast food. Like people would have a pot on a stove with broth and they would make all their food from it. Yeah, that was the original fast food, to be cooking on the stove, and they'd like throw it with whatever ingredients were left in the fridge. But then, you know, microwaves came into play, frozen dinners, you know, MSG came into play, and everybody thought like, oh, frozen dinners, like this is going to be great, like this is going to make my life so easy in the microwave. And you realize that it's all denatured food. Like all the food we're stripping it of all the nutrients and everything. So when you're eating, your body's like, what the hell is this? I don't even know what this is, and I don't know what to do. And all these people have all these allergies, and including myself. You know what I mean? Like,
I want a broth juice.
Yeah.
you know what,
I wanna
dude?
try it out.
Check
Yeah,
it out. Here's the thing. I make all my own, but there's a restaurant called Brodo down
right.
on the Lower East Side, line around the block. All
I've heard of this.
New Yorkers
I
go
did-
there,
yeah,
they
I've
buy
heard
a
of this.
coffee cup full of broth because everyone knows that they drink it and you feel better. And it literally heals
Brodo.
you from the inside out. I always make my own, but, you know, for people who are on the run, it's better just to have it than not have it. So it's like,
I'm gonna find a place where you get it.
Yeah.
Or go down the
We have
Lower
to
East
but
Side.
even just
Yeah,
at
we
the
gotta wrap
We have
up.
to wrap
Okay,
that-
fine.
that's
No,
you
you
guys.
do.
You
You
guys.
Oh, he's literally right next door. Like, okay, cool, let's go.
No, that's
I
your-
could
your
stay
people
here and
telling us.
hang out with you guys.
You can oh no, she has other things.
She has
to
other
do.
Yeah.
things.
Oh, you can stay with
Is
us all
Michael
day.
Williams outside or no?
Yeah.
We have it's book signings as well. The book is called The Stash Plan, and the book review in Huntington, which is a great bookstore. Tuesday, March 1st, you can meet Laura and get your book signed. Wednesday the 2nd is The Strand at Club Monaco, which is 160 Fifth Avenue here in the city, 6 o'clock. And March 9th, Barnes & Noble at the Grove in LA. They're all great bookstores. So if you want to go meet her and get your book signed, you should do that.
Thanks, guys.
And we have to just stay on, I guess, right?
We can take a very quick break. So we. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
We want to get a picture with Laura.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
do
That's
it.
Laura Prepon on the old Twitter.
Take a single?
Huge following.
Okay.
Jesus,
Let's do
Laura.
it. Let's
We'll be
do
back
it.
with Michael K. Williams. Stay there.